excited to jump on live because it's 2/22 on 2/22. And last year on February 22nd, 2/22/22, I decided every time I saw those same numbers on the clock or something, I would take a deep breath and I would just like take it all in, take in all of the things that are happening in our lives and just kind of breathe out any of the negativity. So anyways, it's 2/22 on 2/22 and I thought I would just do it with you guys. So just like take it all in and blow out anything negative. But I was actually debating about when I'm going to go grocery shopping next, and I thought maybe you would like to peek around in my fridge with me while I determine what I was going to do. So I haven't went grocery shopping since February 4th, I think it was. So we're getting right almost to the 3-week mark, and I was trying to push it out for another week until we go grocery shopping again. And I wanted you to see what I had in my fridge and that it truly lasts for over 3 weeks. So anyways, it will beep, and I know it will beep, and I will try to do this as quickly as possible, but I just wanted to show you what I had. So this is my fridge. This is what it looks like. So I do have some strawberries here that we've been trying not to eat too many of them because I have been using them for photo props. These were on TV with me on the King 5 New Day Northwest show, and the stage crew actually thought that they were fake ones, but these are real ones from Costco from the beginning of February, and we have them for Valentine's Day, and we still have them. But I have a speaking event next week, and so I wanted to show them what they look like a month old when I go next week to the speaking event. So we purposely haven't been eating these as quickly. I'm going to go ahead and close that so it doesn't beep. But I do have some condensation in my jar, and I normally would, when I have a little bit like that, I would take a clean towel and just wipe it out a little bit just so it doesn't build up, because it's more because I'm OCD about it than anything else. But these are totally fresh. They're perfect strawberries, and they are 3 weeks old at this point. So if you have a little bit of condensation and you have done the technique exactly how I teach, with a 1/4 cup of distilled white vinegar, 5%, in a large bowl when you're washing it, you set the timer for 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Like, set the timer for 2 minutes. While it's soaking, just kind of bob them around in the bowl and then rinse them. Once you see how dirty that water is, you will know why I don't normally reuse the dirty vinegar water, but sometimes you just have to see it to believe it. And then rinse them off, lay them out on the towel to dry. They need to be bone dry. So some people are trying to share my hack and they're saying to tap it dry with a paper towel and you're done. No, they need to be bone dry. So laying them out for around 3 to 4 hours until they're all the way dry. And then you put them in a glass jar with a paper towel, which will help collect any of the extra moisture in there, and then put them in the jar. So sometimes even a couple weeks later, I'll have a little bit of moisture. See? That is totally okay if you've done it according to my instructions. If you put wet berries in your jar and you have condensation, they're going to ferment. But if it's just a little bit of condensation and you have properly stored them, that's totally okay. So strawberries will normally last around 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Raspberries, which I have here, I also purchased. There's just a couple left. I also purchased on February 4th when I went grocery shopping. So normally I say raspberries and blackberries last around 2.5 to 3 weeks. So this is right at the 3-week mark, and you can see they're still totally perfect in there. So I have a video on doing raspberries because they are a little bit different, just to make sure that you dry them properly and that kind of stuff. So over on the Cross Legacy YouTube channel, make sure you check out the raspberry video. So there's a strawberry video tagged to the top, and then there's raspberry video. Raspberry and blackberries are much the same. We ate the blackberries like right away that I had purchased because they were delicious and we hadn't had them in a few months. But raspberries and blackberries I would normally eat up before I'd eat up all the strawberries because they spoil a little bit quicker than the strawberries do. So raspberries and strawberries is 2.5 weeks. Strawberries is that 3-week mark. Now we have blueberries that will actually last 6 to 8 weeks. And these So these I purchased in February when I was buying all the berries, but these are leftover ones that I left in the fridge on purpose that were from my January, the beginning of January. I think I went January 5th. I'm grocery shopping. So these are from January 5th and these are from February 4th. I might get those dates off by a date, but you get the idea. It's been a month. So these are almost 2 months old and today is 2/22. So anyway, so those are blueberries. So those normally last 6 to 8 weeks. And then I have some cucumbers left in here in the jar. So again, these are 3 weeks old. And then I have some apples that are up here. And these peppers are starting to get wrinkly. See, they're starting to get wrinkly. They're still totally, they don't have any soft spots. They're just starting to get wrinkly. So I have three green ones and a red one left. If I don't use all these for the time I go grocery shopping, then I will slice them up and I will put them in the freezer. So you don't need to blanch peppers when you put them in the freezer, and then I can put them in any kind of recipe or baked dish. So anyways, if I'm not going to use them fresh in the next week, then I will do that before I go grocery shopping. But they were on sale, so I had bought a whole bunch of them, more than I normally would, because they were like the lowest price I had seen. And then I have some of the little baby bell peppers. These actually seem to last a little bit longer. There's the beeping. A little bit longer than the whole bell peppers, but either way, however you're going to eat them up. And then, what else do I have? I have lettuce in here. I'm going to grab this too for a second. Close the refrigerator so it stops beeping. This is the lettuce that I have left over. Make some room here. I'm on the little tiny end of my countertop. So look, perfect fresh lettuce. I actually might keep this to use next week as a photo prop or the my demonstration when I'm talking to the garden club, but I'm gonna break the smaller piece here so you can hear it. But listen, it's totally fresh, totally perfect, like brand new lettuce that is 3 weeks old. So I make sure to buy whole romaine lettuce instead of buying like salad mix and different things, and then I make my own salads. But it's in this glass container with a paper towel. I've washed it. We just did a reel yesterday, so if you're watching this and you go back on Instagram, you can see the reel for the lettuce and how I store it. And again, like I haven't opened this or wiped this off, but there's a little bit of condensation on there. That is okay. It was dry when I stored it. So the plant items still release a little bit of moisture the whole time. So that is perfect lettuce. That is 3 weeks old. Let's see what else we have in here. So I have an avocado left, and I have it in here with the citrus. There's a lime. I'm out of lemons, so I have a bunch of oranges still. These are from December. These were harvested in December and shipped directly to us. So if you get them in the store, they were harvested in December. Same with apples. Apples are harvested in the fall. So if you can keep them in the refrigerator, they're going to last longer. But they've just been in cold storage somewhere. They can be in cold storage at your house. So anyways, I have, I don't know, there's like 15 oranges left or so. We had 40 pounds of them. So we have went through these the last couple months. And then what else is left in here? I have some carrots here. So these were actually from January also. When I went grocery shopping, I had got, see, a little bit of condensation. That's okay. I had went grocery shopping at the beginning of January, and I had got, I think it was a 10-pound bag, whatever the big bag of rainbow carrots are at Costco. And this is how much I have left. But listen, this is, so this, it's been 6 weeks. 6 week fresh carrot. Like, that's fresh. That's a fresh carrot that's 6 weeks old. So I don't buy those baby carrots. I call them bullet carrots. So I don't want to get disqualified here from Instagram, but I don't buy those. Those are soaked in chlorine, and that's why sometimes they turn gray and like dehydrated. But other times it seems like the produce, they end up being all slimy too. So it's either gray and dry or it's slimy, and I just don't like that. So I buy whole carrots, and then I break them into sticks. And again, I had like 10 pounds. Somebody said, I always thought carrots would get a coating on them. That does sound fresh. It must be the storing technique. Yeah, I have the best storing techniques. So there's no water in this jar. I get asked that all the time. I do not store carrots with water in the jar. A lot of people are in the container. A lot of people use tap water when they're doing that, and they don't think about how much fluoride and chlorine and all the different things are getting soaked up into your vegetables when you're eating them. And then this one is cilantro. So again, a month old cilantro. So normally, you can see I haven't done anything with this in a while. Normally about every week to 10 days, I trim the ends again and I add new water. So I haven't done that in at least a week, and I need to do that. But I add filtered water to this too. Whatever water that you would normally drink is what I would do. Our tap water will kill plants, so I don't use our tap water in that. But anyways, your parsley and cilantro, I store like this in the refrigerator. They will last. I moved them over here. Let me grab them. Hold on. Mike's been working on the tile, but these are kind of looking sad because we've been moving them around. But green onions I normally store on the windowsill, so they get broken sometimes because we open and close the window. But again, I just break off some of these old, the older greens off of it, and then I keep adding new filtered water to it, again about every 10 days or so. And then you can just keep cutting these and they keep regrowing. So they normally, I get a new one every 3 to 4 months, you know, until I get sick of it, and then I get another one. I use them up, and then I, you know, all the things. But anyways, so I was saying all this because I haven't went to the grocery store in almost 3 weeks. It would be 3 weeks tomorrow or the next day. I was planning on going this weekend, but I got some news today, and I have a special filming opportunity that we are not going to film until March 6th. So I have plenty of produce and I don't need to go grocery shopping. So instead of going grocery shopping this next week, I'm going to push it off for a whole nother week. So normally we go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, and we have zero food waste, zero produce waste, and we spend $135 per person in the family. So right now in our household, it is just Mike and I here. So normally on average, I'm spending around $180 at the grocery store per month, and the rest of the money that's left over, which is around $75, I put into a savings account. So we buy our meat once a year, and we have a whole freezer full of meat. We do eat meat. And as you see, I don't have a ton of leftovers in my refrigerator. We use our leftovers and we eat through them. So I do have some chicken here that is ready for dinner tonight. We will have it for dinner, and then we will make it into a recipe for tomorrow. We have lots of eggs. There's deli meat and cheese, and there's more cheese hidden back there. And then we have yogurt, some cottage cheese, and more cheese. We have lots of cheese in our house. And then there's milk in the door here. And then I have things like pickles and different things. But I have a full beef or half a beef in my freezer. So people ask me all of the time, like, where's all your meat? My meat's in the freezer. So we have meat in the freezer. We have more frozen vegetables and different things. And then I'm a home canner. So we do have like canned items on the shelf too. Normally you'll see those in my pictures behind me. So I can literally make anything that I want to make because we focus on buying ingredients. I am totally gonna cough. I totally ate one of these carrots right before I came online, and then I just realized that it was like stuck in the back of my throat. So anyways, so that's kind of what we have going on here. And then when I have all the details confirmed for all the things, then I will announce the special thing that we are filming, but I probably won't do that until maybe next week. But it's special, it's a big deal, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's been kind of a year in the works happening. And then next week I am going to speak at a garden club, which is really exciting. And I had a meeting this morning about teaching curriculum for our local food bank, which is just so neat to me. Like, it just fills my heart to be able to help families save money on groceries, like locally, globally, all the things. I'm going to scroll back because I am seeing a lot of questions that people are actually asking me produce questions and not being spammers. So I'm going to scroll and try to grab as many of these questions as I can. And then while I'm doing that, just remember we have 250 videos over on YouTube. Everywhere is 𝐿ecrosslegacy.com or Cross Legacy. And then we have a, sorry, I have to breathe and read and all the things at the same time. We have 𝐿ecrosslegacy.com where we put all of our recipes and stuff. And then there's the YouTube channel. We're here on Instagram. We have 2 books called I Bought It Now What, which are both available for download on the Cross Legacy. And it goes through all of the top 50 produce items that I talk about and how to keep them fresh for weeks. And then we teach a grocery course also that's available on 𝐿ecrosslegacy.com. And that is where I teach you to stock your pantry and have 0 food waste. So let's see. I think I got those. Somebody asked me what I'm making. I'm kind of making my grocery list. I'm kind of making what I'm going to eat for the next week and see how much longer I can push out not going to the grocery store. I missed it. What is pickled in there? I think I just have pickles in here right now. Normally I have sauerkraut too, but we ate it all. So I have 1 jar of pickles. I have another refrigerator downstairs and I have 5 more jars, half-gallon jars of pickles downstairs. And then we kind of call that our harvest fridge, so anything big like that we put back there. And then this is elderberry syrup, and the big one back there is elderberry syrup. And then this is just cheese. Actually, this cheese is from Christmas. So Christmas, yeah. Hey, that's impressive. This is from our lasagnas at Christmas and it's still fresh, so it's been in the fridge the whole time. Yeah, there's just random things there. But, okay, so that was what was pickled. There's a pickled, if you look on 𝐿ecrosslegacy.com, the pickle recipes on there. Since I found you, I no longer waste food. I don't have to eat my lettuce all in 1 week. I bought a Boston lettuce head for 3 for $2. Oh, nice. And it lasts me 2 weeks, so I got to enjoy every last leaf. That's awesome. What large containers are you using? I bought large ones, but it's not as nice as yours. So we have a link. There's a link in the bio. So if you go to my main Instagram page, there's one link there and it will take you to our Amazon storefront, and all of these things are listed on the Amazon storefront. But this container here is from Razab and it's on the Amazon storefront. I think in the picture it has a whole chicken in it. So just so you know, that's my lettuce container that I use. And then I use a Pyrex set of glassware. These are glass on the bottom. I actually get these at Costco. If you have a Costco membership, go get them there. Like, as much as I appreciate you supporting me and buying from my link, these are cheaper at Costco than they are at Amazon. So like the packet of, I don't know how many's in there, like 24 pieces. I think it's really only 12, and then the lids is around $20, and the price at Costco is higher. And then we have the glass jars, which are gallon size, also listed on our Amazon storefront. And then some of the mason jars, sometimes we have them listed and sometimes we don't, because sometimes Amazon price is too high and then I take them back off if they have them too high. So you can get those at Target and Walmart and different places too. Our local hardware store, like an Ace hardware store, not like Home Depot, but like a local like small hardware store is sometimes the best place to get jars. I find if my fridge is full, I lose things and they go bad. Thanks for teaching me that's the right way to store veggies. So that's one thing. Like this container up here, which this has barbecue sauce in it. But normally I keep like anything cut up or like small jars. I keep it all in this container up there on the shelf, and then I can pull it out. And that way I'm not losing things in the back of the fridge, which helps. And the fact that I only go grocery shopping once every 3 weeks, I know what's really old in there and what needs to be used up. Because if if it's in there from the last shopping trip, it's like almost 6 weeks old. So then I really know I need to use it up. Somebody asked about celery. How do they store it? I store it just like I do the carrots, actually in the same container. Half the time I put it in the same container with it. So this time I just happen to have like 10 pounds of carrots, which I normally don't buy that humongous bag. I miss your canning videos, recipes, ideas. Will you start sharing more of those again? Yeah, I will. It's just, I don't really can that much during the winter time. So I just haven't been canning. Honestly, well, I guess I do sometimes can. Honestly, about that, my grandma fell and she cracked a couple of her ribs. So all of my free time, I've been up at my grandma's house. So yes, I do normally do some canning projects in the winter time, but they're things that I can put off, like canning broth and different things. Not like harvest season when you have to do it like within that day or two. So yes, I do normally can in the winter time. I haven't been canning because all of my free time has been spent up with my 94-year-old grandma, just making sure she lives by herself, like making sure she's okay. So the first couple weeks it happened, we were up there like 20 hours a day, and now we have some care for her, so we don't have to be up there every single day, but it's taking a lot, and I'm not complaining. Like, I love every minute that I'm getting to spend with her. Oh, I got something cool. It's in the other room. Do you want to wait? I'll go grab it. Hold on. So I got this whole package of magazines from her. They're the Women's Home Companion magazines, and they're like a 10-year span of them, but they're from like 1916. Like, all of these magazines, well, they're called magazines, but they're kind of newspapers, are 100 years old. Like, how crazy is that? So I brought them home to do some research on them. It's kind of fun to see some of the when I was flipping through it, some of the things that are still brands today, like there's Campbell's soup in it and different things. But anyways, so that was something that I brought home from grandma's house. It's been really cool, and I can't wait to get to spend some time like researching them and learning all the tips that they used to teach 100 years ago. But these were her mom's, which is just, it's just so cool. I mean, she's 94, so. Somebody said that they got containers like these at IKEA. I don't have the IKEA ones, but yeah, I know that they do sell some. How do I store green onions? Oh, I might have missed you, but green onions, this water needs to be changed out. I use filtered water. So they normally sit on the windowsill. They're kind of overgrown and crazy right now. It's snowing. It's snowing. That's so crazy. Anyways, I didn't even know it was planning on snowing. Sorry. Squirrel brain. You get what you get on the live. Anyways, I'm going to put my groceries back in the fridge, but they're all 3 weeks old or older. And I'm going to push off not going to the grocery store again for another week or so. If I can push it on a little bit longer, I will. So that's just kind of what I do. I plan, you know, now is the time that I plan trying to eat up anything that we have left and how I can build recipes around that. So we eat it all up, and then I make sure that we go grocery shopping and we get everything that we need for the next 3 weeks. And that keeps us out of the store. I can't even remember how many times we used to go to the store to get an avocado and we'd walk out spending $100. Like, I don't do that anymore. I have tips to make avocados last for a month, so you don't need to do that anymore either. So anyways, make sure you follow me on all the places. 𝐋𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎, our YouTube channel, which has 250 videos. We have a book with all of our top produce items, so you can have that right at your fingertips all the time. And there's a new directory on 𝐿CrossLegacy.com. So if you're looking for a certain recipe or a certain tip, it's easy to find. So if you're up at the top and looking for the directory, like, that's really a great thing to check out too. So anyways, thanks for following me. If you have questions, I answer every single appropriate question. I normally spend on average around 4 hours a day answering questions and trying to help people save money on groceries. So if it's not appropriate, if it's spam, I just delete it. But if it's somebody that's actually trying to save money on groceries or feed their families better or do those things that I teach, then I try to answer every single question. And it's personally me that answers all of those questions. We have a team of 8 people that is so important to me to connect with you guys and help answer your questions and know what you're wanting to learn about. That's my main job. My main job is connecting with you. So anyways, have a great day, and yeah, have a great day. It's snowing here. That's so fun. So anyways, I'll talk to you later.